fucking scary.
Yeah, it's very, very, very frightful. Okay, are you good, Ian? Are you feeling? He's dead. We lost
dead.
Ian.
One less topic this week.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, viewers of all ages, welcome to the Everything and Nothing Show. I'm just one of your hosts with the mostest, Clayton Kisco, and of course accompanied by the rest of the Maelstrom gamers. All of us are here. We're all together. It's really great to have Alan back. He's been traveling.
He's like, yeah.
So we'll start off with you guys know him as Cop Show's #1 fan, the bad boy, Steve Landis. How you doing, Steve?
I got plenty of I need aviators, man. You need aviators.
Yeah, some aviators.
Absolutely.
And we are with the returning Tower, Alan Tollner. How's it going, Alan? Right on.
So,
And we have next up the heartthrob, Rocco.
That's what's up, guys. Here we go. Here
said
we go.
nobody ever.
Said nobody
You jump
ever.
in, bro. I only got a second where I can speak because my lag.
I'm excited. Rocco, your stuff has been going really smoothly. We're actually getting to see your face. It's not so pixelated now. So, improvement. That's awesome.
Nice.
And then rounding out is the man that you hear but you can never see unless you go on to patreon.com, and all we have to do is get to $25 a month and we will remove his mask and you see his face in all its glory. The Enigma.
What's up,
Ian.
guys?
Awesome.
Just as hopefully he doesn't suffocate right now.
Yeah.
Pass out.
If he passes out, we'll call 911. So for those of you viewers who don't know, the Everything and Nothing Show is basically a show where a group of best friends hop on a Skype all over from North America in different walks of life. We each bring a topic for our discussion and your entertainment, and we dole out those. We go through them all, and we dole topic by topic Monday through Friday. All 5 topics. Then we wrap that all up in a nice little bow, and the full episode is released on Saturday on YouTube. If you don't want to wait and you want to get it early, and if you want to help support us so that we can keep doing what we like doing and entertain you guys, you can go on to patreon.com/maelstromgamers, and you guys can give us $1, $10, whatever you want, and help support us, and you'll get all that stuff early. You get the MP3, you get the video, and you even get a special Everything and Nothing Show episode just for the Patreon supporters. So you can also follow us on Facebook, you can follow us on Twitter, you can even watch us do what we do best, which is show off our mediocre gaming skills. We are not the best, but we're certainly not the worst. We are entertaining. You can go over to twitch.tv/themaelstromgamers to check out. We're doing Destiny, we're going to be doing all different other types of games. League of Legends, of course, maybe some HOTS in the future. So yeah.
Possibly some Eve, too. Eve Online right now. That's kind of what I was looking at.
Oh my God, we've tried that before.
30-day trial, man. I got into it.
Is there a Twitch community for Eve? Because like watching Eve is boring. There's like
Playing Eve is boring.
Yeah,
Right? It depends, man. If like the person that's like while he's playing, if he can like, I don't know, if he could entertain you while he's doing that, and we know
That's true.
we know the heartthrob can. So don't be turned away from watching some Eve, okay?
If you want to watch us play Eve, please comment below, and we will play Eve if that's what you want. But I highly doubt it.
I highly doubt it.
The most important thing: comment, subscribe, share. Please,
Right.
please. If you got a couple extra bucks, help support us. That'd be really great on the Patreon. We're having a video come out pretty soon that will help describe it a little bit better. I know some people are like, I like you guys, but I'm not too sure how. Like, I don't understand what is a Patreon. And we're going to have to explain it and like what helps us
It's
basically.
like
So-
a Harry Potter spell, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Patreon.
That's exactly
and
what
it's
it
like
is.
what?
Yeah.
So, okay, well, that's the intro. Let's get started here, guys. Rocco,
Right.
I want to start off with you, buddy.
Okay.
Heartthrob, why don't you throw us a
I've got
topic?
aliens. This is what I want to do for the Monday. Let's start this one off right, okay? I'm sure there's been a lot of us that have been seeing the images coming back from Hubble, where there's tons and tons of galaxies on galaxies on galaxies, man. We've got stars all over the place. The potential for life is wild. So my questions for you guys are, do you believe that there is aliens out there that possibly exist?
Yes.
Absolutely yes.
Yeah.
100% yes.
No, the world is
You're
still
saying
flat.
that met these like a first encounter kind of situation.
I know a guy, and
I know.
trust me.
I love it. Just trust me.
Oh,
For real though. I mean, this is a real table topic because I know there's plenty of people out there that don't believe that aliens exist at all. And I try to probe questions to find out what is it that they're afraid of with the possibility of life outside of Earth. So, being honest, like, do you guys think that there is life outside of Earth?
There has to.
Yeah,
So
there
I
has
did. I'm very much of a science person, so like math numbers make sense to me. And people have done this math, crunched the numbers. I gave like what was a class called where we went to college? It was just like a public speaking class, and one of my public speaking things was basically aliens exist, and so. I remember researching it, and I've forgotten a lot of the information now, but it basically boiled down to like, it's just impossible for life not to exist on another planet,
exactly.
Given the amount of planets, solar systems, and like space there is. Like, there definitely will be. So
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry, we just lost Alan's face from the video turned off. Sorry about that.
No, his face is still there, it looks like.
Oh, his face is still there. We have a default face ready to rock.
All right.
All
All right.
No, absolutely. There's like I actually got this off the net. There's 28 billion parsecs, like as far as like the known observable universe, and that equals up to 93 billion light years. Each light year equals 6 trillion miles. So like that's just in our observable universe. So like that's not even counting like any other universe and everything. So there's absolutely got to be another planet just like ours with people just like us and everything like that too.
Absolutely.
Okay, so like, I mean, a lot of people are kind of being open up to this thing from like that history channel, the Ancient Aliens, like kind of digging into it a little bit deeper. And this is one kind of saying like it's taken place in the past. We've had interactions with aliens in the past that have helped us in different ways, whatever it be. I think it's kind of a cool show. It's a different perspective on aliens. I don't know how much I would say I agree with it. I do think that there is existence out there. But why? Here you go. Here's a question for you guys: is if there is, do you think we're in contact with them currently? Because I haven't personally seen a UFO, and if life is thriving out there, as I would believe too, just like you guys are saying, would we not see them a little bit more often?
So that was part of the math. All right, I'll let everybody.
No, there's an extremely good reason why we wouldn't see them because of what you just described. That there is like billions and trillions of miles between objects in space.
Yeah.
Like space is gigantic. The furthest thing that's man-made from the Earth is, let's see, 17 billion. 922,521,702 kilometers from the Earth.
Give or take.
It's like
Give or take.
let's
carry the
like not
one.
even close to a light year. And Steve just told us how far the observable universe is. So I think we probably won't see life unless it chooses to visit us.
Right.
Within, I don't know. Our children's, like, and so on's lifetime.
Right.
Like, I think we might discover other particles, like complex molecules on asteroids or other planets, but I don't think we're going to discover anything that's like sentient beings as smart as humans, or even smarter, or even
Does
as
anybody
smart as,
disagree
like,
with Alan's
a
point
dumbass
here?
cat, you know?
Well, I mean, according to Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong's like I guess they're like censored. When they first landed on the moon, they said that they actually found like an alien station or something like that was on the moon, and they also said something. That wasn't censored. They said that something was watching them, and like they saw UFO crafts and everything.
What
like
quote
that.
is?
Yeah,
Are you just?
we get a source on that?
Yeah, like what?
Sources.
So Stephen is right though that Buzz Aldrin did come out stating that he does believe in extraterrestrials and that he's
but he didn't see his space.
I have not heard anything about the lunar situation.
Yeah, like they say shortly after landing, they saw 2 large spacecrafts, and they were watching them, like from a distance and everything like that, and they were observing, and then they took off. They said like that, and then a couple people say that people in the space stations, they seen like stuff just hovering out there, but they're not allowed to say what they saw. Like, and people, what, Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong, are they dead? I forgot. Like, are they, they're near dying, and that's usually when they come out. Like, it's like, what the hell are they going to do to them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end there. So, like, I don't know.
There's a possibility that they might have seen something and thought it might have been an alien, and the government was like, just don't say anything. Like, instead of this, like, well, I'm trying to like flip it. Like, I could see like what I'm hearing right now is a headline on a click site or on the Fox News channel, and what I'm trying to dissect is like, okay, they're exaggerating clearly to like get people's attention. So what probably really happened that they're exaggerating from the point from? And it could just be like, we mentioned we saw some stuff. We weren't sure if it was an alien, and the government was like, look, let's just not even go there. Like, just be quiet because we don't know what the hell is going to happen. So just don't say anything. Like, going to the moon was crazy enough. We don't need to, like, put people in a mass hysteria because we kind of barely understand this as it is. And maybe that's what happened. They're like, the government's hiding aliens and you should be afraid. And it's like, nah, it didn't really happen.
What about
maybe, like, I don't know. The fact, okay, these are, like, the first guys that stepped on the moon, right? So they obviously had some sort of anticipation to go up there, and like were in totally different mental state than anybody on Earth has ever been. So maybe they were so convinced that they were leaving like Earth for the first time that they would have to see alien life. You know, it's almost what you talked about, Rocco, in one of the first episodes. You know, self-fulfilling prophecy. Like they're so convinced they're going to see life life outside of Earth because they're leaving it for the first time. Like, why wouldn't they think? Maybe they see like a glint off a satellite in the distance, and all of a sudden, boom! That's a UFO to them because they want it to be. You know, this.
Okay, so here's a question I have for you guys. All right, we got air traffic controllers. We have military individuals that have all came out stating, you know, whether it be flying in planes or whatnot, we're chasing down some type of object, a UFO. We're not saying it's extraterrestrial. We're saying it's an unidentified flying object.
There's no proof.
Okay. We're saying it's an unidentified flying object. That is an extraterrestrial. Okay, it's flying. They're chasing it down, and all of a sudden, it's making 90-degree turns. Something that we know our technology hasn't been capable of doing. What do you think? You know, and these are hundreds of individuals, whether they're military or they're civilians, whether air traffic controllers, like I'm saying, or pilots. You know, unidentifying flying objects. So once again, I'm not saying that they're extraterrestrials. Who knows? Maybe it is some type of government program suppressed. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But they're still seeing these that the technology is unbelievable to what we have right now. How do you explain that? Which isn't, you know, Buzz Aldrin seeing a speck on the windshield. They're chasing objects. If they're military, or they're just seeing them fly side by side as a pilot.
Right. Well,
or coming up on air traffic controllers on their radar, and then disappearing.
Mm-hmm. And I think that there's life out there. It might be just like a small, I don't know, like maybe not like a human form, but there's something out there. There has to be. One of my biggest questions is this: did they build Stonehenge?
That goes back to the Ancient Alien. History Channel.
That is weird, though.
Yeah.
So, aliens, man.
I do want to mention in the math stuff that I was researching, they said that it is absolutely like a guarantee that there's other life out there, sentient beings out there. But they use that same math to pretty much prove kind of what Alan and Steve were talking about in the beginning, that there's just a guarantee, 100% chance that they haven't even gotten to Earth yet. And there's a lot of like distance, which is an issue, but there's also the act of like creating a civilization evolving to the point where we are. They break it up in like 4 stages, and I forget what it's called or who created this, but it essentially maps out the evolution it needs for the evolution that a society or civilization will need to take in order to leave a planet and go to another one. And like the big part is just like, so it's like okay, you need to be like X away from the sun, and you need to like evolve and like get past like any kind of like catastrophe, like a meteoroid coming down or like something crazy like that, right? Once you've done that, then you're in the second stage, which is actually where we are. There's 4 stages from what I remember, and if I'm wrong, viewers, go ahead and comment below and correct me. I don't know. That's fine. But we're in the second stage, and the second stage is just survive. Like, don't kill each other, right? So the whole nuclear phase, like, we have to get past the hump of potentially like killing each other through war and extinction through that way. And then like the third one is just like technological bounds,
right?
Like, finding that
through
and then the
peace,
one is
like through peace, and like that
yeah,
you're capable of working together to advance the technology beyond. I can agree with that. I could see that too.
But the chances of the first to second stage are extremely slim, and the chances from the second stage where we are to the next stage are even slimmer, right? And so like not only like there's a bunch of other planets, but like the distance from it, and then the chance that they'll actually evolve past that point is small.
But what about Clay? What about the 1947? They said Roswell crash. And think about our advances in technology in the last 50 years.
Oh yeah.
Are you contributing to some kind of alien technology? I'm
just throwing it out there. I mean, like, well, just even from like 85 to 2000. Think of all the advances that we've had since then.
Like what?
Internet.
Microwave.
Internet.
the internet.
Microwave, yeah, cell phones, like,
the
and
internet.
then like.
This is like straight out of Men in Black. What you guys are talking about?
Yeah, like
I mean, dude, that's not. I mean,
emails and the internet was around since like the 70s. It just wasn't on a mass, like, it's not like one day in 95 you came home with a Windows computer and you're like, fucking AOL exists, dude. It's like, it's been around for a while.
It did kind of feel like that, though. Like, all of a sudden your parents were like, oh, AOL, I've got mail, cool.
Okay,
I'm just like looking at porn for the first time.
Right? One thing, guys, I want to talk about, because everybody's saying the distance thing's a big issue, okay? I don't know how much everybody knows about physics, but they talk about.
I'm basically a doctorate in it. I'm like,
I seen the degree.
I'm just saying that, like, there's the theories out there that we don't really fully understand space and time, and that there's a capability of bending space time, which essentially is just saying, like, if we can move from point A to point B without there being any instantaneously, essentially. They're saying we can. They've been testing this in labs where they're testing one atom and they're signaling another atom in a different location, and it's happening simultaneously. And that's what they're trying to discover. They're discovering is that it's like an illusion, essentially. Everything's like an illusion. It's all one big energy field that we just don't see it that way. But if you can affect one thing here, it can affect something else simultaneously somewhere else, which is how that idea of the bending of space-time. Which would, for me, be like, okay, then it doesn't matter about the idea of distance.
Right.
I'm not saying that I believe that they are here. I don't know. I am saying, though, that there's a lot of different things, whether it's through the military, the air traffic controllers, or just regular videos that you see coming up that has 1,100 people that back it, saying we all saw this going on. That has some.
Well, you have to take into account the internet. Also, is like, I saw this too. Like somebody's like, oh, I saw this too. I saw this too.
Right.
There's a lot of speculation there.
Yeah.
Are you talking about, like, as far as like parallel universes, or just as far as like bending space and time, like almost like?
Rocco is advocating for technology to allow us to negate any distance limitations.
Essentially, yes. Yeah.
Distance ceases to become a problem.
Like not traveling at a faster than the speed of light, but
Which
just
would
moving through space-time instead.
Exactly. So, yeah, essentially. So it's like if they are disappearing like a lot of people are stating, that would make more sense to me. It's like they have advances in their technology that are capable of moving instantaneously from one spot to another spot, which would make it seem like, to us, magic. They disappeared. But it's just their advances in technology that they realize that it's not exactly what we think it is, and that's what today's physics is starting to state. Now, might be 1,000 years down the road before we take that information and then build technology that can really, like, take advantage of it. But personally, I think that there is stuff like the Roswell events or situations where we have, reverse engineered technology. I don't know. Alleged. Alleged. But I would see, if I'm to see this to be true and there was to be a suppression of the government in any way, like the hush, 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 I would see it because of the ability that it would give technology-wise to humanity, to the power to the people. Things like free energy, or things like the ability to move from one place to the other without having to rely. It would eliminate money essentially. Money would go away if you had the technology to do things like the Star Trek, the replicator stuff, where you can hit a button and boom, there you go. You can create whatever you want. You could create $1 million if you wanted. Money wouldn't have any value anymore.
Club sandwich.
Whatever.
Very important.
Yeah. Club
Do not get BLT.
Was something out there. I could see why that could be suppressed by the powers to be, because that would change the way everything is. And from what I've seen, this is just my own opinion, is that I haven't seen that the people of power are here for everyone else. It seems like that they're only to keep pushing their own personal power, not for everyone. So I mean, that's just my.
Yeah, I was gonna say now. Say we did actually get in contact with everything, and the government is keeping it from us. You think there's a reason why they are? Do you think because we're not?
That's what I can't understand.
Or do you think it's because like if we did get that technology, yeah, okay, all money would be gone. You know what I mean? Like, but there's also got to be. I'm gonna quote Spider-Man: "With great power comes great responsibility." Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
so wise.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, as far as the atom bomb, sometimes like the atom bomb and everything like that. Like,
I don't know.
We can end up just like blowing each other up and stuff like that.
You can trace pretty much all of our technology down to its core, like its inception. So I don't see anything out there that we could have. Like, how the hell did we get this? Like,
no, I agree. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying, though, that if we're seeing these unidentified flying objects, if we're not creating them, then where are they coming from?
So that stuff, I don't know. It could be military.
Yeah, it could be. But, I mean, if you think about it, if they came out and said, yeah, there are aliens, we have some over at Area 51, it would cause panic. I mean, people would go crazy and want to try to go see it and try to figure things out. So,
What would you do?
What would I do?
I'd just be like, if they came out something like, all right.
Well, that's a big point, though, guys. Yeah. It's like there's a lot of people out there that wouldn't be okay. Think about a lot of religious people where that does affect their perspective of reality. Yeah. That could be very terrifying for individuals if they were to say, hey, we know that other life exists and we're in contact with them right now.
Well, then it might make them realize that the religion maybe is based on not anything real and it's just made up.
Then that's scary because, they'll do anything to keep it, right?
That too. But
or maybe they'll be enlightened. Like, who knows? Maybe that's like something that would, like you said, unite an entire nation to find life outside of Earth. And I think
like Independence Day.
Yeah, it'll be everybody will bond together just so they can hate something else. Sadly, I think that's probably what will end up happening.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll hate like that somebody of a different skin tone or religion or whatever will just hate these other things that are not earthlings, Well,
yeah, that's actually an idea out there that they could use that against, like, or use that as a psyops, sort of like a mind control thing for us. Here's one thing that I want to talk about, guys. I was gonna say psyops is like if it was their UFOs acting as if it was something else, some type of other threat outside of us. It's a new terrorism to go fight something that's never ending, that would just keep funding money to a certain, what you could call the military-industrial complex. Just keep putting and funneling money that direction because there's a new threat that is they're never going to be able to defeat. It's just going to be an ongoing thing. One thing real quick, though, is a lot of governments have released documents with disclosure. Besides the United States, a lot of governments around the world. And the disclosure that they're releasing is not saying extraterrestrials exist. They're disclosing all of their unidentified flying object used to be classified files. Those just stating yes, there's stuff out there that's flying. We don't know what it is. Here's a report of what happened. Here's a report of what happened. Here's a report of what happened. And you can find these all over the internet that are coming from very credible sources. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to poke holes to this, right? Because it just my gut is telling me this isn't a fact. Right?
I'm not convinced.
So is that humanity? Is that humanity's technology that's just not being told? Is that something that's from a different world?
It could be a guy just seeing like a bird in the sky.
But not just a guy, guys.
Yeah,
this is governments releasing government documents.
Well, think about drones.
And I think it could be just like somebody, like drones or like high altitude aircraft, like doing reconnaissance, surveillance.
So here's one thing too. Okay, this is coming from government documents, and a lot of them, and not all of them, are from modern times when drones are being used. These have come back from times of World War II to now. Documents coming. These are, like I said, these are not just the random guy. These are government released documents. You can find these on WikiLeaks. You can find these at other credible sources too as well.
If all this if all these like little alien things have been happening, like how have we not seen it more? Like they've gotten to us once, apparently back all the way in World War II. How are we not just seeing a flood of it coming in? Like how is this just not? Like,
I don't
knowledge,
expect to see.
Why is it not public knowledge? Why do you have to like search for all of this?
Here's a theory out there too as well. Here's a theory out there that there's that you were saying the stages of like what did you have to go through, right? We're in that nuclear one where we can kill each other off.
Yeah.
We can go into the next one where there's peace and whatnot, and then the technology advances and goes crazy.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like if you're to get out into space and get out there to go, populate all throughout the solar systems and travel through from one solar system to another, you would have to kind of get to that point, would you not? Like you would have to get to that peaceful point within humanity where that technology, you have enough time to exist and to live with one another to get your technology to the point of being able to go from one solar system to another solar system if you were going to do that.
Yeah.
What you're saying, if I understand what you're saying, what you're saying is you would have to be peaceful in order to
not
fly?
that you would have to be peaceful, but perhaps you would have to learn different life lessons, more acceptance, more forgiveness, more things that I guess you would say would be traits to be more compassionate towards another human being. Not that you would have to be peaceful.
Maybe.
Otherwise, would you not kill each other off?
Well, you've like already killed off a lot of people, but you've also killed off like resources, and now you're basically just starting to colonize other places. So it's just like colonization of the U.S. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So why does it doesn't necessarily have to be that if humans move out into the solar system and beyond that we're going for peace and just scientific missions. We could be going theoretically to go to conquer other planets or whatever, just to use the resources. The same way as in like many science fiction movies, a different alien race comes here to take our valuable resources. Like think about all the searching that we do for different planets and how like just recently we found the super Earth that's very similar, like almost the closest to the Earth's composition and location in the safe zone. So why wouldn't we in the distant future, want to go to that planet and, colonize it because it's almost the same conditions that we have here.
Yeah.
And if there's people already living there, they're like, what the fuck? Why are all these people here?
How long would it take for us to develop the technology to get to that point? And those years between us and there, what kind of evolution would we go? I think about that humanity would have to go through to stay on this world to exist and not kill ourselves off.
I don't know if you guys have ever heard of something called the Fermi paradox. Have you guys ever heard of that?
Nope.
So there's three possibilities. This is just a theory. It's not been proven. It's just a consideration. There's three possibilities about our place in the universe. And the first one is that we're rare. There's something called the Great Filter, which keeps civilizations from making it past a Type 1 to a Type 2 all the way to Type 3. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, the tiers.
So this was all kind of like theorized by like Carl Sagan and stuff. And so the Great Filter is behind us. We've made it past a certain point in our technology that many other civilizations and alien life out in the entire universe like don't make it to. So that's why we don't see much. So it's super rare. That's space is gigantic. We're not going to find any sort of life forms in our near galaxy. Or second possibility is that we're the first species to ever do that. It's kind of self-indulgent and self-centered of humans to think that maybe we're the only thing in the universe, but it's a possibility as to why we haven't actually seen anything. Or the third possibility is that we're fucked and the Great Filter is ahead of us and we haven't reached that point in technology where we'll end up killing everybody on us, or we'll take the Earth to a point where we can't sustain life on it anymore, and like that's going to be in the distant future or maybe near future, who knows. And our planet might become another Mars, just just dust.
What was that called again? What effect was it called?
The Fermi paradox. Fermi paradox.
That's pretty interesting. Okay. And did you guys hear about the people? What was it? 4 people that they picked to go. Was it colonize Mars? I think they're supposed to be taking off. What was the name of it?
2017. Yeah, Mars 1 or something.
Yes. Yeah.
Mars. Yeah. I thought that got scrapped, didn't it?
It did.
I thought it did. Yeah.
Oh, I did. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we could be the aliens now. Like, I mean, to
Well, that's what Alan was saying. Like,
yeah. So
yeah, absolutely.
And we could be, which I guess would be to me a bad thing. What if we're the most intelligent life form out?
That's pretty bad.
That would be a bad thing. I think that would be kind of a good thing.
Well,
And
It's the safest option.
yeah.
what if it's possibly like this? What if they're being observant and that's like the rules of the road kind of thing? If you go out there, you don't fuck with other life forms and you let them live their life and
It could
evolve
be.
themselves.
Like,
And
you know,
to get out there into the space, they come to a realization it's like you don't fuck with other things. If it's not fucked with yet, you can do it.
Right.
But if it's going on, you let it do its thing. You don't mess with it. You can observe, but you can't touch. Like,
Right.
what if that's a rule? And it's just kind of like they're flying by, they're checking things out, but they're like, we're not gonna go say, hey, we're here, and we're not
Right.
gonna go give you things. We're not gonna do this.
See, that's what makes me think that we've never seen UFOs despite people's claim. Like, if a civilization was advanced enough to be able to travel through like space time and across the universe to
They're not gonna
like
get shot
check
down.
out this place, not only that they won't give a shit, but we probably won't be able to see them because they probably do it in some other spectrum that humans can't even observe. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Right,
like
exactly.
we might not even discover like something about like dark matter, dark energy that we like only know like 1%, less than 1% about. You know.
Yeah.
Right. Understandable.
Well, it's kind of like what Carl Sagan said though. Like, what if an intelligent, like, life flies by? I mean, like, say like you go past, like, I don't know, like something lesser than you, like less smarter than you, and you look at it, like, would you really bother with it? Would you go over there and try
No.
to teach it anything? Like,
So that's
you
what I
guys
was
don't
just
have
thinking
this.
about.
Yeah, like, you don't have this. Let me give you this and everything. Would you go and do that? Like, or would you just go just flying by still or something like that?
So-
You know what I mean?
I'll try to make this quick because I know we're kind of going
Yeah.
long.
Oh,
But
sorry.
it's okay. No, what I'm thinking about to answer your question, Steve, I'm trying to put myself in those alien shoes, right? Let's say there's a couple options, right? We're either the first civilization that they found or not the first one, right? If it's the first one, it's almost like you want to be really, really careful, and you want to almost help. You're like, hey, we found this. You guys can kind of help it. But like, if we're not, it feels more of maybe experimentation. Like, well, we have these 10, and we figured out like these guys are so like, let's just see what happens. Like, let's just like see if they're gonna like screw themselves up or what. Because maybe they can find answers that will help them in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
I got one last thing to that point though, and you're saying putting yourself in their shoes.
Yeah.
We have to also remember that if put ourselves a million years in the road, or even 2,000 years down the road, or 3,000 years down the road, we're not even going to be thinking the same way that we are right now. I don't know if we can kind of share. We can say that their perspective in any way is going to be resemblant to ours at all.
I'm
you
just
know?
saying. I think what I'm saying is that if the probability of finding so many different civilizations to the point where
Yeah.
they're just observing
Yeah.
is so
Yeah.
like not going to happen because it's so hard to find another one as it is.
Right.
That chances are we are the first one. And if I'm thinking about this logically, I feel like they would want to communicate immediately,
Right.
in some way, right? And so,
Right.
and they haven't, right? Like, so it just, yeah, in my gut's like, yeah, we probably haven't. We're not close.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. It's short and sweet, kind of. That's all I'm thinking.
Hey,
Fair.
and if you guys disagree, please get down there and write some comments on this page.
Comment
Yeah,
below.
I could have talked about this a lot more.
Yeah. Pictures of tin hats are allowed.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, cool. We're going to cut real quick. We'll be right back.